Welcome to the Canadian Real Estate Channel. We're releasing a video every single day in 2020. We're going to become the content kings of Canadian real estate. Hello Canada and YouTube. The Canadian Real Estate Channel is really designed for you, Canadian real estate investors, whether you're an aspiring investor or you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, but you're looking to take your game to the next level. My name is Matt McKeever and I originally started investing back in 2010. Back then though, there wasn't nearly the same sort of content out there on YouTube for real estate investors. In fact, I was struggling alone all by myself, constantly questioning whether I was crazy for wanting to get into real estate investing. Friends, family, well-meaning co-workers, they all had great reasons why it was a terrible idea for me to get into real estate investing, and yet I had clients as a CPA that were doing their taxes and seemed to be doing quite well owning real estate investing. This disconnect was really concerning for me, so I jumped into the world of personal finance and discovered financial independence. That really opened up a whole new world for me in regards to what was possible with my relatively, average income. And so I started buying properties back in 2010. My first property I decided to house hack in. So essentially what that meant was I bought a house, had a bunch of friends and a couple strangers move in with me, and was able to live for free. Live for free. This really changed the trajectory of my entire financial life as well as just my regular life. And so back in 2016, I started a YouTube channel where I wanted to start documenting my journey. Maybe you guys have seen some of the videos, maybe you haven't, but essentially I started swinging the hammer myself. I was doing all the renovations, really up there in the attic, sweating, just going crazy, trying to do my best to renovate these properties. And I wasn't just doing it haphazardly. In fact, I discovered during my approach to financial independence the BRRRR investment strategy. And so that BRRRR investment strategy stands for buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. And that's essentially what I did from 2010 until 2020. I started buying rental properties one at a time, then a couple at a time, building out my portfolio and just learning from all the other real estate investors here in Canada. It turns out there's actually a lot of us out here in Canada that are investing in real estate, just not too many people are documenting their journey. And so I started officially documenting my journey back in 2016. I'm really proud I did that. But before we start talking about the craziness that was my YouTube journey, and it was a wonderful, crazy journey, let's talk a little bit more about my background. I grew up on a farm just about an hour north of London, Ontario. London, Ontario was in fact always the big city to me, the big smoke. But growing up on the farm, essentially I learned frugality, but not a lot else about financial independence or really just even the basics when it comes to being, a steward of your own money. But as I continued to learn more about financial independence and realizing that, hey, just about anyone could do this, and around the age of 25 I realized even this guy could do it and he could probably accomplish it by the age of 35. So on my 25th birthday I literally downloaded an app on my phone that was counting down the days until I turned 35 because I knew no matter what I was going to quit my job by the age of 35. Well, let's fast forward. By the age of 31, I set that goal at age 25, so this is 6 years later. I'd actually achieved it because of real estate investing. And that's where my whole YouTube journey started to come from, because I realized, hey, I was actually pretty much the only 31-year-old dude in London, Ontario that had retired because of his real estate portfolio. And yet I knew there wasn't really anything that special about me other than I discovered a handful of ideas, put them together, and then actually put in the work. I knew lots of other people would be able to do this as well. So I started starting groups. I started the Financial Independence Retire Early London on Fire group here in London, Ontario. We started Cash Flow to Go. We started all kinds of different meetups across Ontario, just meeting and networking with different real estate investors. And again, this really just compounded my understanding, but I realized why was I just getting the benefit from this, right? Why wasn't I documenting and sharing it with all the other people that I knew wanted to get control of their financial lives? They knew they wanted to become real estate investors, but they just had no idea how to get started. So that's what this channel is all about. We want to help you guys get started or take the next step into your real estate investing journey. So the first video I decided to share with you guys was my Burying Elias Street playset. That essentially just broke down for you me swinging the hammer, doing the renovations, buying the property, running the numbers, and trying to get a property for free while also, which involved the BRRRR investment strategy, while also meeting the 1% rule to make sure that I would cash flow. So I started documenting, breaking that down, and it turned out it resonated with a lot of people, and they started asking more questions. What about financial independence, retiring early? What about house hacking and learning to live for free? What about BRRRRing and building up a huge portfolio? Or could we do this with apartment buildings? So I decided to dive into all those different strategies. We even got into Airbnb, other people's money, vendor take-back mortgages. We started bringing on special guests, right? We brought on mortgage experts. We brought on realtor experts. We started flying around the country, meeting all sorts of different Canadian experts, and we even flew out to LA to meet some American experts as well. But throughout this journey, I realized it was just a matter of us having the right information and then the motivation to pull the trigger and take action. And that's really, again, what the Canadian Real Estate Channel is all about. At this point in time on the Canadian Real Estate Channel, we've actually got over 1,000 videos out there, over 250 live streams that we've done documenting all these different investment strategies. And there's a good chance if you're just starting your journey, you don't even know what you don't know. So if you're looking to dive into some of these strategies, a few I'd like to highlight for you is, hey, if you're looking to BRRRR your first property, we've got a playlist for that. If you're looking to do a vendor take-back mortgage, we've got a playlist for that. If you want to learn about Airbnb investing, there's a playlist for that. If you want to learn about just about any real estate investing strategy, including other people's money, all those playlists are actually in the video description down below. We want to encourage you guys to go and start that rabbit hole, that learning journey, because it's so important that you start exposing yourself to these ideas, because so many people are lost in analysis paralysis simply because they don't know what they don't know, and that fear of the unknown is exactly what is holding them back. If I can do this, anyone can do this. There's essentially an avatar of just about every type of human being on my YouTube channel now. So even if you don't think that you resonate with me, there's a good chance you'll resonate with one of my guests. And that's also why we've got different guest hosts on the Canadian Real Estate Channel, because it's not just about me. Anyone can do this real estate investing, but it's upon you to decide to take the leap, to take the jump, and decide that you want to actually learn how to get control of your financial lives through real estate investing. For example, if you're looking to maybe get into real estate investing with a young family, we've got the Nibbles, an entire playlist where you can follow along and exactly see how they're building their real estate empire. Or if you're two ladies and you want to take over the world of real estate investing, we've got the Epic Alliance ladies that are building $1 billion portfolio. Or maybe you want to build tall high-rises and own large apartment buildings, well then the Wongs are likely who you want to follow along with Casey and Jed Wong. Or we've got Corey McKinnon for mindset and personal development. We've got Adam Martin for building a massive wholesaling business. We've got Rebecca for buying cottages or building out a wholesaling cottage business. Again, there's so many different opportunities and potential approaches when it comes to real estate investing. The key is just picking one, sticking to it, and then having the confidence, having the motivation to see it through, because there are peaks and valleys as a real estate investor. It's not just always number go up sort of math. You need to take control of the situation, and you need to understand there's going to be highs and those lows. And so we really try and share that with you guys. In fact, on my YouTube channel, I've shared with you some of the big losses, some of the big failures. We've also explored just what's next. Maybe you're at a stage where you're doing okay financially, but you're looking for a little bit more. We've also explored the dark side of financial independence on my channel. So there's a playlist for just about every person in every situation, and we just want to make sure that we're helping Canadians get control of their financial lives. But let's circle back to me and my backstory. So again, remember we started off Burying Elias Street. That was a duplex that I bought for $110,000 with my realtor, Jeff Weibel. $110,000 duplex. These days they're a little bit hard to come by in London, Ontario, but I also got bored of those smaller investments. I bought a duplex, then a triplex, then a fourplex, then sixplexes, a 16plex, a 20 unit parcel, and as that continued, my knowledge continued to grow. And around 2018, myself and Jeff Weibel decided we wanted more. We wanted to get into apartment buildings. We want to start doing what we saw Casey Wong doing. And in fact, in the last 60 days, myself and Jeff and two other business partners, we closed on over 100 units that were purpose-built here in southwestern Ontario. My own personal portfolio now is over 200 rental units here in southwestern Ontario, in addition to some other types of real estate investments. But again, this all started with me just sharing with you guys buying that duplex. It all started with just house hacking that very first property I bought back in 2010, deciding to take on roommates and live a little bit outside of normal so that I could live like no one a few years later. And the fact that at 25 I could decide that I wanted to retire at 35 and accomplish it by 31 means that anyone, absolutely anyone in Canada, could set themselves up for financial success within as little as 10 years. I think even 5 probably, but let's go with 10. And while a lot of things have changed around here, myself, the channel, and the future probably is going to change as well, a few things haven't. I'm still the same frugal you guys saw hanging out with Graham Stephan with my broken glasses.
2 years ago, I flew all the way to London, Ontario, Canada to meet one of the most frugal and strategic real estate investors out there, Matt McKeever. And despite owning over a dozen properties, he still wears glasses that are broken on the side, as you can see from here. That is how you do frugality.
And as I continue my journey, my desire to take on new challenges, new approaches, learn new things continues to grow as well. But I also understand that you guys want to continue to learn. How do you buy that first property? Maybe I'm just jaded now that I've bought, I don't know, hundreds of units, probably hundreds of properties at this point in time we've bought and sold. So I'm moving on to other things. I'm starting to dabble now with cryptocurrency. I'm starting to get into different types of investments and owning different businesses. In fact, you know, I sold one of my businesses just last month, but before that, I had over 60 employees between all my different businesses. There's a lot of different challenges going on, but I still want to set you guys, my fellow Canucks, my fellow Canadians, up for financial success. So we're bringing on a lot more different, I guess, a giant cast of characters, let's call it. So real estate investors from across Canada as well as across the province of Ontario. So you're going to see a lot more of Adam and Rebecca on the channel. Every Friday is Finlay Friday with the finance guys, Josh and Aaron. We're going to have lots of different realtor experts getting deep into the practical details about what's going on in your local market. As well, I'm looking to grow the Problems and Profits brand to a whole new level.
Problems are what? Problems are profits!
I really see this as one of my long-term, lifelong projects. I'm really excited that I get to tackle this, but if it wasn't for real estate investing, if it wasn't for this YouTube channel, I'm not sure any of this would exist. So I am so grateful to my fellow real estate investors that helped me along the journey that I know I have to pay it forward. That's what this channel is all about, is paying it forward to you guys, helping set up the next generation of Canadian real estate investors for success, because if you want this, you can achieve it. But we're going to continue bringing you guys great Canadian real estate content every single day. The same way we've done for the last year and a half. We've been doing a video a day minimum, literally for the last 500 plus days. We want to keep doing this, and we will continue to keep doing this, but I'm also going to be making more content. So if you want to hear me talk about politics, crypto, NFTs, just random ramblings, or maybe you want to watch me smoke weed, that's all going to be on the Matt McKeever Unfiltered channel. So we're starting to separate the two brands in the hopes just to provide you guys, the audience, Canadians and YouTube, more great content on both fronts. But we're going to try and keep the streams a little bit separated because we understand some people just want real estate, some people want Crazy Matt, and some people want both. So now you get the best of all the worlds. You choose your own adventure. And that's about it, guys. I would love for you to smash the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and just remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it, but if you're not saving it, like, what's the point? Thanks, guys.